511 seniors walked across the stage at Pine Knot Music Theater as part of the class of 2025's graduation ceremony.
The streets of downtown Lake Orion were closed to traffic as the Lions Club annual Jubilee returned with rides, games, food, and fun.
The Orion Area Chamber of Commerce celebrated their 75th year of serving the community with a big bash at Paint Creek Country Club.
And the Orion Township Public Library hosted a party to kick off a program that encourages students to keep reading all summer long.
Hello everyone, I'm Stacy Calloway.
And I'm Emma Schwartz.
We'll have those stories and so much more on this edition of ONTV News. The school year came to an end on June 10th for Lake Orion Community Schools, but the high school's graduating class said goodbye 1 week earlier. On Wednesday, June 4th, 511 seniors from Lake Orion's high school's class of 2025 gathered at Pine Knot Music Theater for several moving speeches, some musical performances, and of course, to receive their diploma as they move on to the next phase of their lives. Here are some of the highlights from the ceremony.
Seeing you in the community participating in various activities, and this class having a total of 15,273.25 service hours, you are citizens any community would be so fortunate to have. Seeing our general education students interact with our special education students via unified sports, high school classes, and the prom showed me our students care about one another and look out for each other. I could keep going for hours, but class of 2025, I want you to know that I could not be prouder of you and your accomplishments, academically and personally. You have only just begun, and I cannot wait to see what you do with the future in front of you. You will be the difference in the world.
If you feel overwhelmed, let the feeling of this moment inspire you. If you feel nostalgic, do not dwell on what was lost. See the future as an opportunity to create the successes you dreamed of in high school. And if that future seems uncertain, reflect on your ability to face the unknown to this point, digging your path in time against all challenges, forever marking the courage and heart of a Lake Orion dragon. Look, I cannot honestly say that we'll mature to find the antidote to all of life's problems. But if you pursue your own path, blooming in your own season, you will achieve genuine satisfaction and bear a fruitful life.
What makes you great is the ability to help a friend through a tough spot. Say a kind word that makes someone's day. Open your mind to new ideas, give grace, and never stop learning. The human experiences and connections are what will teach you the most important lessons. Who you really are, what you really stand for, and who you will become. As you move on to the next thing, whatever that next thing may be, I hope you never stop working on your greatness. Make connections. Allow yourselves breaks from the online socials. And like Maddie said, live in the present. You are worth all of the work, and your greatness is waiting to grow. Thank you, Class 2025, for allowing me the privilege of tagging along with your leadership this year. It has been an honor.
Class of 2025, would you please stand? Please move your tassel from the right to the left. Congratulations, Dragons. You are all now graduated.
Congratulations to the class of 2025 and good luck in your future endeavors. The rest of the students within the school district will return to school on Tuesday, September 2nd, following Labor Day weekend.
The official first day of summer fell on Friday, June 20th, and it sure felt like it here in Lake Orion. Not only did temperatures soar into the 90s, but a long-time summer tradition returned to the downtown area. The Lake Orion Lions Club Jubilee kicked off on Thursday, June 19th and ran through Sunday, June 22nd. This year, the event underwent some major changes. Instead of setting up on Broadway Street, the rides and games were moved one block east to Anderson Street in response to concerns expressed by the Village Council and the Orion Township Fire Department. As always, the rides and attractions were provided by Skirbic Entertainment Group.
Well, they've been our partner for years, with all the rides and the games and the food and everything. They throw a great carnival. They've got the guys working for them, the guys and women working for them. They're really decent, good people. We like talking to them all, and they've been great to work with. Skirbec's a good company. Well, I think moving it over a block allowed us to spread out a little more. We actually end up, I think, with a little more room. They were able to bring a couple extra rides this year. We got the Zipper and a couple others that we didn't have the past couple years. So I think it's better for people, and it's people I've talked to around town, walking around with their families, have seemed to be enjoying it. So we're glad we did it, I think.
The Jubilee is the Lions Club's largest fundraiser of the year, with the beer tent contributing a significant portion of the total revenue. Bands provide entertainment over the weekend, with Scotty Doesn't Know entertaining the crowd on Saturday night. Money raised from the event allows the Lions Club to continue their charitable efforts in the community.
So this is about a third of our budget for the year, trying to help people around the community. And without this and the beer tent, the carnival and the beer tent, we would be struggling. We got to come up with some other ways to raise money if we didn't have this. So a lot of different things. We support other charities like Bear Lake, a blind camp for kids up in the pier that was started by a Lake Orion Lion, Big Al Casson. We had the kids site trailer over here this weekend to check kids' eyes for free eye check. We had Leader Dog over here with a tent. They had training dogs here, teach people about what it means to raise a Leader Dog puppy, and maybe get help themselves if they need a dog, and White Cane. So a lot of things like that we're supporting, as well as we just on Wednesday we announced scholarships for 2 Orion High School kids. So we give them, we have a scholarship competition. So little league teams, you name it. We get involved in a lot of things in town here.
With the Jubilee behind them, the Lions Club is now focusing on selling flares for Flare Night, scheduled to take place on Friday, July 4th. If you're interested in purchasing flares, you can visit Wonder Cleaners on Lapeer Road or visit LakeOrionLions.org for more information.
Throughout the year, the Orion Area Chamber of Commerce welcomes new businesses to the community, as well as providing networking opportunities to existing members. But the impact the Chamber has goes well beyond the business community, and that was evident at a recent event that celebrated a major milestone. On Tuesday, June 17th, Chamber staff, board members, business owners, and community leaders gathered at Paint Creek Country Club to celebrate the 75th anniversary of the Chamber of Commerce. Established in 1950, the Chamber has evolved from focusing on local businesses to helping to improve the quality of life for residents in Lake Orion. Over the past several decades, the Chamber has played a role in creating the annual Lighted Christmas Parade, the Orion Veterans Memorial, and even the welcome signs that greet commuters when they visit.
As I did my research, I have to say a lot of the mission and our goals and accomplishments are very similar to what we did today. I think we had so much more in common than I thought. Reading back through the archives of the past presidents' messages in the paper, again, they had the same objectives that we have. Today, it's more of a community hub and more of a business hub.
The evolution of the Orion Area Chamber has been remarkable. In my 13 years as supervisor, they are the glue of the business community, and that's what a chamber is supposed to be, but it's a little different here. I visit lots of different communities. It's really a family. This is a family atmosphere, which is really cool, unique to our community, I think. but 75 years. That's wild. And some of the people that were really instrumental in those early years are here today, which is awesome.
The who's who of Lake Orion came out for the event, including several former executive directors who talked about how the chamber has evolved over the years.
I think that many times that the part that's business is also community. When your involvement is not only the social events, but also the commerce that's within a community. And this chamber has grown to be involved in both sides of it. So.
Wow, it has grown so tremendously, and one of the things that is so critical for the chamber is supporting our community as a whole. Not only our businesses, but like so many said here today, also supporting the community. And I just was honored. If anyone saw my advertisement in the Lake Orion Review that I did for this special occasion, it was because the chamber was an integral part to my journey. And that's why I own a retail business, Cookies and Cream, in downtown Lake Orion now. That wouldn't have happened if it wouldn't have been for my involvement in the chamber as the executive director.
But it's individuals, it's, and it's corporations, it's small businesses, it's a synergy thing, right? And I think that it's just really, people want to be part of something like that. And then the things that happen, all the things that they were talking about, the Veterans Memorial, the lighted parade, and then even like the Kaboom Playground and all the other things, those things happen because of the synergy with the chamber. That's why people want to be part of it.
Even as the chamber was planning their big 75th anniversary party, the staff still managed to find time to perform their other regular duties like welcoming new businesses to the area. On Thursday, June 12th, representatives of the chamber gathered at the Oxford Town Center just north of Drainer Road to help cut a rug flooring installation celebrate their official grand opening with a ribbon cutting ceremony.
1, 2, 3. Cut a rug!
I'm so excited. I love the chamber. I love everybody in the chamber. You learn so much and grow together, and it's just such a great place to be, and everybody offers support and help, and there's always great meetings, and we love being part of this community. Oxford, Lake Orion is where we live, where we play, so we love this community, so.
Owners Ben and Stephanie King had been operating out of their home when they struck a deal with Oxford Vacuum to share their space in the Oxford Town Plaza. They opened their first brick and mortar store on March 1st.
I came in here one day to get my vacuum fixed from him, and we just kind of started talking and about showrooms and things like that, how me and my wife were looking for a spot, and he was like, well, I have some room here, so would you be interested in splitting the rent and splitting the, so we were like, okay. So I talked to the wife about it. She sounded like she was on board. So
yeah, so we share
carpet vacuums and carpet sales, and just kind of goes perfect. So it working out great so far.
For more information, you can call 586-531-3280 or visit cutarugflooringinstallation.com. You can also find them on Facebook.
The staff at the Orion Township Public Library is always striving to make the library a fun place to gather and learn. Recently, families were invited to a fun event on the grounds behind the library. On Saturday, June 7th, the Lake Orion community was invited to come out to the Orion Township Public Library for their annual summer reading kickoff event. Visitors enjoyed plenty of entertainment and activities as students and adults were encouraged to continue their love of reading all summer long.
We have a lot of fun things. We have bounce houses from Oakland County Parks. We have Flip Spot here. It has a fun obstacle course. Free ice cream, free popcorn. There's a couple food trucks out front. We have some hula hoopers where you can try out your hula hooping skills, and a ton of art activities because our theme is Color Our World this year.
It's always one of the most fun days of the year for us here, so it's great to see the crowds, kids enjoying all the festivities, and another big summer reading kickoff.
Talk about your objective of making the library relevant and community friendly.
Oh yeah, so we're community focused, and relevancy. We try to always introduce new technology, new things for people to learn. So we're really big into learn by doing now. So we have a maker space, and we have activities of all ages where people actually get to build stuff and learn hands-on. So we still have tons of books. They're never going away. We love our books, but we're also adapting new times and just the way things people learn and just introduce the new technologies that people need to know to be successful.
It's not too late to get in on the fun of the summer reading program. Go to orionlibrary.org to create a Beanstack account, fill out a profile for each reader, sign up for reading challenges, and keep track of your progress throughout the summer.
Depending on your age range, you are going to read books, read minutes, do a bunch of different library-related activities, and doing that will enter you in to win different library prizes and free books, depending on your age range, some different prizes.
The summer reading program comes to an end on Saturday, August 9th at 11 a.m. with a drum circle known as Drumunity, with raffle prizes awarded after the show.
Residents of Lake Orion who like to walk and bike have access to 2 trails that were converted from former railways, the Pollyant Trail and the Pink Creek Trail. Work is progressing on a parcel of land that will act as a new trailhead for the Pink Creek Trail in the very near future. ONTV's Joe Johnson brings us an update.
National Trails Day fell on Saturday, June 7th, and walkers and bicyclists enjoying Pink Creek Trail were invited to swing by the lumberyard to meet with representatives of the Lake Orion DDA and Orion Township Parks and Rec staff. Visitors were able to learn about the exciting plans for this property.
We're at the future trailhead at the very north end of the Pink Creek Trail. And of course, that's one of the first rail trail ever in Michigan. It goes all the way to our partners in Rochester, and it's a beautiful day today. So welcome to National Trail Day.
So people who swing by here today, what will they experience?
So they're going to see a little bit of the prevision, and you'll see lots of us talking about, well, what's the possibility here? A lot of people say, how come you don't already have it all planned out? Well, it's a community asset, right? So we need input. We're going to put some restroom facilities behind this beautiful old building, some really cool places to relax. We're going to put bike repair stations, but we're also going to have little food service things like coffee in the mornings and craft beer in the afternoons. That's be really cool, but we need all that input. So they can come and hear from our newest bike shop and from the DDA and from the township parks and really get a sense of what's going on in the community, but what we're doing here.
Also taking part in the event was Mike Warner, who opened up Lake Orion Bike and Adventure on June 1st in downtown Lake Orion. He's hoping to move his bike shop to the lumberyard property in the near future.
When we met with the DDA originally and told them we wanted to bring a bike shop in, they said that's great because we wanted to go downtown, and they introduced the idea of the lumberyard to us, and we thought that would be a great idea for us to bring to get a new shop going in the village. This community really needs a bike shop, so we're excited to be here.
The progress made on the property over the past 6 months has been so impressive, with dangerous, dilapidated buildings getting demolished and removed, while the remaining buildings have been reinforced to make them safe while retaining their rustic charm. Lake Orion residents just might see some activity on the property as soon as fall 2025.
So the progress is really cool, and this barn was so important to myself and the DDA and the board to save. One, it has historic significance, but what a better way to showcase, like, welcome to this cool old town that still has all this modern spirit. And this is the old supply shed built in 1917, so it's a big difference,
What's the timeline for this area going forward?
So we're still looking at a year to 18 more months before we'll really get into a spot where we'll be opening things. But you'll see by this fall, we're here on this part and we've got it kind of secured off, so we'll continue to build out the trailhead area as we go. The market pavilion is pretty much going to be done within the next 30 days or so. So you'll see us in the fall have a couple of soft opening events. Like those that love the Halloween parade, you might see that your kids start here and end here and traverse through town instead of walking all the way through town. So we're going to be planning those things with community input. So this year you'll see a few soft things, but a year from now and really by the fall of 2026, you're going to be listening to music in the barn and you're going to see it all. So it's coming along.
To keep up to date on the progress being made at the lumberyard, be sure to visit downtownlakeorion.org. In Lake Orion, this is Joe Johnson reporting for ONTV News.
Thanks, Joe. As we said earlier, the school year came to an end on June 10th, and one local elementary school made sure the year went out with a bang. On Thursday, June 5th, Blanche Sims Elementary School was transformed into a circus thanks to the efforts of the Blanche Sims PTO and the education enrichment company known as Cirque Among Us. Students from all grade levels went through accelerated training in a wide variety of circus skills, then put on a show for the entire school later that afternoon.
In the morning, every student gets a chance to try out 10 different circus skills. Everybody gets to try the trapeze, the tight wire, juggling, magic, acrobatics, 10 different circus skills in all. Then at lunch, they go on our website and they pick their 5 favorites. Then there's a lottery, and today 82% got their first choice and a few less got a lower choice.
1, 2, 3, ta-da!
At 1:45, everybody will have rehearsed their act. They're dressed in their circus costumes, they are face painted, and they will put on an hour-long show.
Organized chaos, organized chaos. It was incredibly energetic, the amount of smiles and cheering and teamwork and learning new skills, things that we had no clue our kids could do, balancing on balls and walking on wires and flipping on trapeze. It was just a wonderful day for them.
Welcome to the Blanche Sims Circus!
The event was organized by the Blanche Sims PTO and was last held at the school 6 years earlier. 120 volunteers were put through a rigorous 2-hour training session the day before, with Cirque Among Us staff arriving at 6 a.m. on Circus Day and student training kicking off at 8:30 a.m. Many of the students discovered talent they may not have even known they possessed.
Oh, absolutely. When they start in the morning, it's an even playing field. Nobody's done any of this stuff before, and everybody discovers hidden talents.
What do you hope these kids come away with after today's experience?
Oh, they got a little boost of self-esteem. They take some risks today, and they learn a thing or two about teamwork.
Memories. We want those core memories. Our kids were affected by COVID. My 5th grader was affected by COVID, and there were 3 years where we just had no memories of positive school experiences. So that's how I ended up on the PTO. I'm like, I want those positive core memories for my kids and for all of them.
Cirque Among Us is based out of Livonia, Michigan, and the program travels throughout the Midwest to help students improve motor skills, boost self-confidence, stimulate imagination, and to have a whole lot of fun. For more information, visit cirqueamongus.com.
Now that the school year has come to an end, Lake Orion has no shortage of lakes where someone can spend the summer catching fish. Recently, the peaceful act of fishing became a fierce competition on Lake Orion. ONTV's Lyndon Potter explains.
On this sunny morning in Lake Orion, young anglers from across the community have gathered for the very first Youth Fishing Derby. The kids are split into 2 competing groups, with ages 5 through 10 aiming to catch the longest bluegill, while kids 10 through 15 went for the heaviest bass.
I'm here on the shores of Lake Orion where the fishing has just begun. It's a beautiful day full of fun, competition, and impressive catches.
Hosted by Lake Orion Lake Association, or LOLA, this inaugural derby gave these kids the chance to show off their fishing skills or to even catch their first fish.
We hope that it'll create some excitement for fishing. They'll be back again next year. Hopefully they'll get their parents to take them out, whether it be in the boat or here on Greens Park Landing. But we want them just to have fun and to get into fishing and hopefully get away from iPads and iPhones and, get some fresh air.
Beyond the fishing, the event brought neighbors together and showcased what the kids could learn.
A sense of community, rules, be protective of our environment, family. Those are, what we're trying to get across to the kids. That's why we focused on the youngins. We're seeing so much fun here today I've seen grandfathers and grandsons. I've seen moms and sons and dads and daughters, and this is what it was meant for.
And for parents, it was a chance to see their kids unplug and enjoy the art of a cast and catch.
Anytime I can get my kids out of the house and have them doing something other than playing Roblox is a good thing. So it's fun to do that. It's fun for him to get a chance to get out on the lake and to try some new things here. I think it's wonderful. I think it's a really great event.
After all the fishing concluded and the fish were measured and weighed, everyone was provided lunch, and all kids received a medal. First, second, and third place were all given another medal, as well as a new fishing pole.
We used it in the deep water, under the tunnel all the way over there. But first I started with 1, and then we got 3, and then we got 2, and then we got 1, and then we got 10 bluegills.
The Lake Orion Youth Fishing Derby brought families together and sparked new skills, a strong start to what may become a beloved annual tradition. If you're interested in learning more about LOLA or becoming a member, visit LOLAinfo.org. Lyndon Potter, ONTV News.
Thanks, Lyndon. And with that, we'll wrap up this edition of ONTV's News.
On behalf of the hardworking ONTV News team, I'm Stacy Calloway.
And I'm Emma Schwartz.
Thanks for watching.